Hello, everybody. My name is Robert, and I am going to show you what happened to me with my 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee. If you have one of these vehicles, you know what I'm talking about, and it is so much fun to work on. They got so many little quirks with it. But anyway, we are going to talk about what happened today. So today, I was having a problem with my rear hatch. It's not opening and closing right, and I thought it might be the TIPM, the control box right here. But because the other day my fan wasn't turning on when it was supposed to turn on, and they said to check, the relays right here and this fuse. So that's what I did. I pulled all these out, and I just unplugged them and plugged them back in, and then the door wasn't working right. So I said, well, maybe it's this again, because I had problems with my AC unit not working properly, and I had to buy a new one. So this is a new one. Anyway, I took it, undid this, disconnected this lead right here. Your positive terminal right here, and some kind of way it arced, it touched some kind of way. Maybe I did it. I don't know, but we had a spark, and it went bap. So anyway, hooked everything back up, got in the vehicle, nothing. No lights, no nothing. Everything was out. So I was like, holy God. Anyway, got on YouTube, checked out all the posts and all the videos, and came across the one that said, well, maybe it's the fuse block right here. If you know, this is the fuse block. There's a positive right here, and then there's the negative over here, and this is where you jump it off if you need to jump, where you disconnect this thing right here, and then this is the actual part right here that you hook up this part to. This goes on to here, but you disconnect all that stuff, and this is the fuse box, or fuse block, should I say. So if you look to the left, that one right there on the left, that popped, and hopefully once I change this out, everything will go back to normal, because other than that, I have no idea. So, yeah, we're going to do that and hook everything back up, and let's see what happens. Thanks. Okay, so I got the old one out, and it's a 10 millimeter, by the way, for these bolts and screws and nuts and whatever you want to call them. But you can see the 150 amp fuse is blown. All the rest of them are in good shape, but the 150 blew. I did get the new one back in. I got it back into the housing, that little case that when you took it out, there's those little clips. There's I would have moved my car, but it's dead, so I can't move it. So the sun's in our way. But anyway, you got the little clips you got to push. These some little clips right here. You got to pull them out, like towards the engine. There's one on each side, and then there's clips that are mounted into the side of the vehicle. But anyway, you'll figure that out once you get in there. But it's 10 millimeter bolt to take the screws out. Make sure you get the right wires in the right place, and then just put it all back together. This doohickey, the flat goes on first. You put that on there. You put this back on here like that, and then you get the dumaflachi right there. And that screws back down, and then you tighten it up, and then hook everything back together. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on first, and then I'm gonna connect the battery, and fingers crossed, hopefully everything will work. My luck though, it ain't gonna work, so stay tuned. We're coming right back. Yeah, so I'm over here. I'm getting ready to reconnect the battery, and yes, the battery is underneath the passenger seat. You don't really have to. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could disconnect the seat and lift it up, but you don't really have to if you can bend over and squeeze in here, but it's a pain in the ass. But yeah, I just had a notebook over there keeping the terminal off the other terminal. Anyway, let me connect the battery, cross your fingers and your toes, and hopefully it'll come back on. If not, yeah. Exactly. All right, here we go. I didn't see anything. Oh, God. Really? Oh, here we go. We got something. Thank the Lord. I guess that was it. We're gonna let the computer do its thing. But hey, if your Jeep Grand Cherokee has no power or is having some kind of ignition issue, check that fuse box or block and see if one of those fuses popped. So I'm gonna let this stay on for a minute or two, and we're gonna start it up. Hopefully, I think it'll start. It's 93 degrees outside. That's crazy. It's like April 20 something. But I am in New Orleans, so all right, let's try it. Hello, baby. Yep, so that was it. That was it. I got the battery all connected, got all that stuff in there. More than likely something else is gonna happen on my Jeep, but that's just life living with a Jeep, I guess. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something. I learned something from watching other people's videos, and I'm sure if you work on vehicles and you're not really a mechanic, you watch videos too all the time like me. So yep, that is it. Thanks for watching. Hope it helped you. Later. Alrighty, she's working. And now this is the part number from the vehicle. This is the original, I would imagine. It's what is it? PS-S-GF35. That is the original part number. But O'Reilly had this part number. This is a Dorman. The Dorman part number. 956-601. You'll probably find that one easier. So 956-601. That is your part number that you got to do. So imagine that. Liftgate's still not working, but I will have to work on that later. At least now we got the vehicle started, and that will conclude our video. Thanks for watching again, and yeah, Jeeps are so much fun. Thanks, bye.